How far away does she live from your house?
Not even 2 kilometers.
We don't know what that is.
Sorry, to us
What
that
the heck
sounds.
is a kilometer? I mean, give us real.
They lived
Google
in
it,
Israel.
Google
Like, give us a little bit of a, miles.
or blocks or something.
Okay, she lives up the street from me.
Hello and welcome to the Carpool Guys podcast, where three dads just trying their best talk about life, work, family, and all the detours in between. We've made mistakes, lots of mistakes, but we've also learned a few things along the way. We don't have it all figured out, but that's never stopped us from sharing our 2 cents anyway. The Carpool Guys podcast is hosted by Asher Dworetsky, John Ackerman, and Dave from Flatbush Tenenbaum. Buckle up, it's carpool time. Okay, and we are back, Carpool Guys. We are here the day after the, Israel on 5th now. That's what we're calling the Salute to Israel parade. Now it's Israel on 5th, right?
Yeah, wherever it is, I would be there. So 5th, 42nd Street.
Yeah, me too. And it's John Ackerman. It's Dave from Flatbush Tenenbaum. We are missing Asher Dworetsky, who's on the way. He should be here shortly, at some point. So, Dave, we went to the Israel parade yesterday, the Israel on 5th, and we had some adventures there. It was not our just classic parade. Why don't you tell us about your experience on 5th Avenue yesterday?
So I'm excited to be here and physically be here.
Yeah.
because I'm anybody who knows me knows I'm a lover, not a fighter.
We all know that.
But I am a firm believer that there's a time and place, and in these cases, a location for everything. So Obviously it bothers me and many others that there are counter protests and that you have, a sect of people who might look like us, protesting against Israel, and you have some people protesting against Israel, and they get a specific spot to sit. However, my luck, I got there, who knows how early. I had a perfect location at the parade route. And the second the parade started, there were about 10 people who were anti-Israel government, and they really should have been in the designated areas. But because they weren't speaking and they were just holding up these signs, the cops, they added some more cops and to supervise them, but they didn't really remove them. So I tried 2 tactics. So the first thing I tried was to start a commotion.
Dave's got plans.
I started booing, and I felt like if I boo them, then they might yell back. And then if more people got involved, then there would be a commotion, and then they would remove them and put them in a safer place. Mind you, it wasn't just David being David. I was getting annoyed because it was ruining the parade. First of all, everybody who marched by would stop at them to yell at them, and it just didn't have the right vibe that we it's supposed to be a celebration.
Right.
And the other thing is that but at some point there were like 10 cops standing right in front of us. So like it was just blocking the entire parade. And at one point there was a news station, I forgot which one, a mainstream news station with the big camera and everybody involved. And they asked and I watched this whole ordeal unfolding. They asked somebody, could we speak to your organizer? And I'm thinking to myself, these jerks are ruining my parade. They're completely bothering me.
Your parade.
Yeah. But you know what? It's every person who's at the parade's parade, right?
Right.
It's all our hours. And they're sitting there rooting. And now they're the ones, these 10 idiots are going to get all the coverage from the special event that we're having. So I took it upon myself to ruin the TV interview. So
you took the responsibility on yourself.
It's a great responsibility, and somebody's got to do it. So they literally had this camera, and they were all set up, and they were standing, and I just ran behind. And I just started screaming with my flag, "Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael. And every time that they would move over to avoid me, I would get right back into the frame. And it was getting them very frustrated, and they were getting annoyed, and they would say, "Okay, you proved your point. Please stop." I'm like, "Get lost." Am Yisrael Chai, and I just my goal was to keep doing it. And I turn around. It was one of those moments where it was just a few of us. Next thing you know, there's 30 cops surrounding me, and one officer actually said to me, he goes, "If you touch her again, you're gonna be taken away." Ooh. And at that point, I said, I have not touched anybody, and have well within my right to be standing here. They're the ones that should be gone. Nice. And thank God, one of the white shirt officers, so probably a sergeant or a chief, he turned to me and said, "You're fine. Don't worry about it. You're fine." And then I got the clearance. But my wife was convinced I was getting arrested. My kids were convinced I was getting arrested. I even asked work today, what would happen had I gotten arrested? Because I was wondering, it wasn't like I was drunk driving. It wasn't like what would have happened if I got taken in?
Right. So was Avi, your wife, was she sitting there thinking you're going to get arrested? Was she maybe hoping, maybe he'll learn his lesson?
Avi, were you hoping I would get arrested? No. The answer is no. She didn't want me to get arrested. That was my anniversary. Imagine getting arrested on your anniversary. I don't know. I don't know if that makes a difference. But I will say one thing. Somebody said to me very clearly, and we'll move on. Yeah. What is the biggest problem? I mean, they weren't saying anything, right? And they weren't bothering. They were bothering everybody who walked by and everybody next to them. But what's the biggest problem? And I'll use an example right now in today's world. And anybody here could tell me that I'm wrong, and you're going to get to that about being told you're wrong. Yeah. And God willing, the Knicks will win this championship, right? The championship starting Wednesday night. Yep. God willing, they will win the championship. I know you're a Minnesota fan. I'm not the biggest.
It's all right. I'm with you.
I'm not the biggest basketball fan, but God willing, they win. Sure. We're standing at the parade, right? They're standing at the great parade. It's been years. And imagine if somebody's standing there in a Celtics jersey. You got 10 Celtics fans booing the Knicks as they walk by in the parade.
Yeah, terrible.
What are you doing?
Right.
Just where's your place here? Yes, there's a counter protest a few blocks away. Go join them. But you're right now amongst Knicks fans celebrating the achievement. And celebrating the Knicks. So know your place.
Right. Exactly. I agree. There's no place for it. I don't say this is our parade, but it is our parade. And we get that people are upset. We understand people disagree. I guess, yeah, you're right. There's a time and there's a place. And it's part of the beauty of living in the United States that you can come and you can protest. But if you do come and protest, I guess you better be ready to hear it from Dave. That's the cost of doing business, as they say. And be
in one of the designated areas. We weren't on the other side. We weren't on the park side of Fifth Avenue. We weren't allowed to be there.
Right.
You go to wherever they were protesting. I definitely got a big whiff. Every few minutes I got a whiff from them. Then Avi told me it was the zoo across the street. But besides that, I was getting a strong smell. And our great mayor, not our great mayor because we're from Long Island, but the great mayor didn't show up. But I was excited, and I had to. I was calling her Liz, but my wife said it's Lizzie. Lizzie Savetsky. Lizzie Savetsky had a great, shtick. She had a full size sign of Mamdani.
Yeah, and
it had a heart that said he was holding an Israeli flag, and it had a heart Hashem loves you. And it was just a great shtick because it was like he was at the parade.
Right.
Doing everything that he, I'm sure, loves.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. It's so sad. It's the first mayor since the parade started to not show up. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't think anybody wanted him there. So, he didn't want to be there. We didn't want him to be there. It wasn't a great look, but at the same time, I don't think anybody marching was distraught that Mamdani didn't show up.
And I would venture to say that it's probably the first parade with two mayors marching, two former mayors.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I saw
you had
Adams
Adam.
marched. Who else?
You had Adams.
Yeah.
And then you had Bloomberg was marching with Tish.
Oh, I didn't see that. So Bloomberg was also there.
And
Interesting.
And I was in Adams's video. If anybody wants to check that out.
Yes, you're
But
claiming
John,
fame.
tell us about you were so excited by the parade, right?
Yes.
I know how
Yes.
excited you were to march, and
Yes.
you sent out this short video,
Yeah.
and I'm
Speaking
sure
of
you
videos,
got a lot of
exactly.
love from this video.
Oh, yes. I definitely got a lot of something. So I figured I'll take a little bit of video of the parade. Just like it's one of these, for those listening, this is tremendous podcasting. I was just kind of like waving my hand around with my phone. It was like a 20-second video of just the crowd and the music and the scene. There was no statement. There was nothing crazy. There's nothing weird. I was not making any political statements. I didn't even say anything. It was literally just a video of the vibe. And not that I am such a social media guru, but I posted it to Instagram and it just says, "Let's go Israel." And so far I've got about 9,000 views, which I know for many people, they're like, "Oh, that's nothing. I get 9,000 views when I post me eating breakfast." But okay, for me, that was big. For the Carpool Guys Instagram, because I tagged our Instagram in it, 9,000 views, 596 by the time somebody listens to this, probably over 600 likes. So people like the video, but then also, as of now, I've got 91 comments. Now, the comments are a mix. Some of them are definitely very nice. A lot of Palestine flags, stepping on Israeli flags, saying that we're trash. There's a lot of, throw up emojis. There's a heart emoji here. There's one where it's a lot of high-heeled shoes with the Israeli flag. So I'm not really sure if that's good or bad. That's confusing. Then there's one, and it's a GIF. A GIF. Did we ever figure that out if it's GIF or GIF?
I call it a GIF, but what is it?
We'll go GIF.
Or
And
GIF,
it's a mouse crawling out of the faucet, but giving the peace sign. So is that bad? It's giving a peace sign. It's really cute. So,
is there, maybe it's like Mickey Mouse. Everybody likes Mickey Mouse.
I don't know. It's not like a rat. There are definitely pictures of rats and people here calling us rats. This one's kind of weird. It's kind of cute. And he's flashing the peace sign. So I don't know if they're saying they want to make peace. It's kind of confusing. Somebody said we are dirty behavior. Okay. Let's see what else here.
Wasn't there one with Hitler being like an artist?
Oh, they said bring back the Austrian artist, which I guess we did a little research, and apparently Hitler, but he was only he was an amateur. He was not a professional artist. He was an amateur
I've never
artist.
been somewhere where they said check out my Hitler.
Yeah, no, nobody would say that.
What's he known for?
Why would you bring him back as a painter? Mm-hmm. That's kind of like, when they're in baseball, there's hitters who fail, so they make them into relief pitchers or something like that. Would you ever say bring that guy back as a hitter? You wouldn't, because he wasn't good. So I don't know. Somebody said that currently
bring back Kurt Warner as a stock boy.
Right, exactly. Currently, we're the worst people in the world. So currently, does that mean that somebody else was the worst before us? I don't know. It's very confusing. Somebody said, go back home if you love it so much. So, yeah.
I guess they're saying
that's
fine. Okay, then.
Right.
John, with all due respect, I know I'm getting School of Mock on me. Are you going to read all 90?
Yeah, no. No, I'm not going to read all 90.
You're up to 82,
not going to read all 90.
Don't stop that.
But I have to tell you, and certainly I'm going to edit a lot of this out. This is the first time I've ever had a lot of personalized anti-Semitism, which I think that means I've made it, right?
Yeah,
100%. I'm in. I
did
it.
Who was it? I think Reggie Jackson, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think Reggie Jackson once said, "They don't boo nobodies."
Right. So I'm somebody now. They don't like me very much. They definitely do not like the Carpool Guys podcast.
But you're on the map. You're on the map.
I am on the map. Also, speaking of the Carpool Guys podcast, please remember to like and subscribe to the Carpool Guys podcast. You can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're now on Amazon. We're on YouTube. We are just really everywhere. You said the other week that your family even challenged you to find us on whatever it was, Podbean or...
Yeah, Podbean.
I don't know. We're everywhere. And please give us a 5-star review. Please follow us on Instagram, on YouTube. You can find our shorts everywhere. Send us an email at carpoolguyspod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. If you do follow us on Instagram, drop us a message, comment on one of our posts. Maybe don't send us an anti-Semitic comment. We have plenty of those, but drop us a note. We would love to hear from you.
And before we get to our featured guest, I do want to, could I give 2 shout outs?
Yeah, let's do it.
So the first shout out is happy anniversary to my wife. She's a big listener to our show.
To both of you, I would say happy anniversary.
Yeah, but
to both
I'm
of you,
here.
right?
Like, I don't want to self do it. So my wife.
Sure.
The other thing is obviously a little bit more serious, but I have a friend, a close friend who passed away. Now it's, I think 16 years at this point. He passed away 16 years ago. Daniel Chernikov. And there's always those things where they have, like, I'm not very into this, like, this, like, heebie-jeebie. Why am I can't say?
Heebie-jeebie.
Heebie-jeebie? What's it called? I want to know. Hibba-jibby?
Heebie-jeebie.
Heebie-jeebie. I'm not into this heebie-jeebie. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
I'm not into all the heebie-jeebie stuff. But
yeah.
But people are into it and say, like, there are messages, you know, and his yurt site is tonight. You know, tonight we're recording this on Monday night and into tomorrow, into Tuesday. And I was listening to Sports Talk Radio today, and they were talking about things you do when you're younger that are either dangerous or just flat out stupid.
Oh my God.
So they were talking about different games you might play that might be like you know, I forgot which show it was that they shot a dart in the air and then they, like, who moves last loses. Different things like that.
What show are you watching?
No, I did. They referenced it, but I actually saw the show. But I just want to. It was just it sent a real message to me because when we were co-counselors in Misora, me and Chernikov, when we were bored, they used to have always, like, a pile of rocks, like the gravel in front of every bunk. We used to take a handful of rocks and throw them straight in the air and just duck our heads and get hit by the rocks. And the hope was that we weren't hit by one of the big ones. It was only the small ones that hit us. Sometimes it would be like, ow, that hurt. And we'd be surprised.
This is what you guys did for fun.
Yeah, and we'd be surprised when we got hit with, like, one that was really hard. You know,
shocking.
That one hurt.
We threw the rocks in the air and they hit us, and wow, we're surprised.
Yeah, like, and it's the worst when you're like an adult in the room, you know, like you're the counselor, because we were the co-counselors. And it was worse when you were the co-counselor and had to go to the infirmary, like, yo, I got a gash in my head. You know, like, how'd you get it? We were throwing rocks at each other. But
it reminds me of 2 things. As a kid, we played in the summer, we played a game called Johnny on the Pony, which is basically, I mean, it's terrible. I think it was made up in, like, an old, I don't want to say Bill Cosby. I know that's, like, kind of persona non grata right now, but we would stand in lines, like 2 lines of people holding onto each other's backs. And one guy would run towards the other team's line and he would yell out, buck number 1. And he would run and jump and land on the line. And then that line, they would be like, hold the line, you know? And then the other team would say, okay, buck number 2. And the second guy would run, jump, and also land on the line. And you would have to kind of, like, support that other team that would jump on you, and whoever was able to hold up the most amount of people won. I guess there was no winners in this game, meaning, like, basically people were running full speed, jumping on you, landing on your back, and you would be holding them up as a team. It's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those dangerous games that we find fun when you're like when you can't. Yeah, no, 100%.
The other thing was we played a game called King of the Mountain, which was in the winter. They would plow the parking lots that were, like, full of snow. I grew up in Minnesota, and so, like, snow everywhere, and they would have these huge snowbanks, just like mountains, and the entire game was just push your friends down the mountain, and whoever was on top was the king of the mountain.
And
that's the whole game.
And that's very similar to Kill the Carrier.
Yes.
Remember, like,
exactly.
when you get the ball, you have to beat each other up for it. So, listen, we all do dumb things when we're younger, and you know, I think it creates immunity, right, to other things. So, Daniel Chernikov, your neshama should have an aliyah.
Amen.
And and another thing that you brought up that I literally just thought of, which was, which one do you think would get more hate? Bill Cosby, who did a lot of terrible things, or your Israel post? And I hate to say it, I think it's Israel.
I think you're right. You know what? Actually, Asher's here. Let's bring in Asher. Let's ask him. Before we get to our highlight of the show.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, Asher's here. All right, he's returned.
Asher's here. Yes, Asher is here.
Asher does not sound very excited.
Asher's very excited. I am very excited. I'm actually really excited for our guest. It's a very.
How many chest compressions do you do?
Oh God, you're gonna get me in trouble now. A lot. I think 30 and 2 breaths. Yes.
You guys remember that Office episode where they're like, do it to the beat of the song? Like, first I was afraid.
Oh, I thought it's Staying Alive.
Yeah, that's
a different song.
That's the beginning of the song, isn't it?
No, 2 different songs.
No, 2 different songs, John.
Oh, you're right.
John, you need to get re-upped on your certificate.
Okay. Anyway, Dave, ask Asher your question about what gets more hate before we.
I think you're wrong, Asher. I think it's the same song.
It is the same
song.
That was
the
whole
song.
thing with Michael
wrong.
Scott.
I think we should put this out to the viewers.
No, it's Once I Was Afraid, I Was Petrified.
Yeah.
That's not Staying Alive.
I Will Survive.
That's not the same song.
This is so bad.
You're still not singing the song.
I will survive. I will survive.
No,
it could
it's
be
not
that it's
Staying Alive. It's I Will.
It could be that it's multiple.
What is wrong with this? I don't know if this is staying in or not staying in. Either way, high quality show production.
No, you're right. You're staying alive.
That's a different
Staying
song.
alive.
Right.
I know,
Yeah,
2 different
I think you're
songs,
right.
guys. 2 different songs.
Oh,
Sorry
now
about
you're
that.
coming.
Sometimes you
around
need to
to
sing things out to get to the bottom of it.
Correct.
Well,
So, Asher, what would
Asher,
get
Dave
more
was just
hate?
asking.
What would get more hate?
Yeah.
An Israel post or an I love Bill Cosby post?
Ooh, that's a good question. I
don't think it's a question though.
I think right now in the current climate, unfortunately, or fortunately, Eitan Ehrenfeld actually showed me a beautiful quote from Rav Soloveitchik in the essay "The Community," where he describes the lonely man of
Great
faith.
show.
Not the TV show. Not the TV show. Where he describes that the Jew is to be lonely. And there's something to be said of being courageous and being lonely. And that's what it is. I think right now, unfortunately, Israel is getting the most hate no matter what. And they could probably, the certain segments of the world will probably sooner accept Bill Cosby than they would accept a Jewish person. And that,
I think you're right, unfortunately.
I would probably say the mayor of New York City would probably write a beautiful post accepting Bill Cosby for his repairs that he's done.
Continues riding a bike without a helmet, you know.
Yeah.
We might be looking for a different mayor.
No comments.
I don't know.
Anyway, there probably is no transition from this to bringing in our guest, but we have a really, really cool story and awesome guest who is in the waiting room. So I am going to let her in and we can get to the next part of the show. So joining us tonight is Sarit Saffer-Allal. Sarit and I work together in NCSY. We met a few months ago at a managers conference that I humble brag that I ran. You know, whatever, it's fine.
Dave works 24/7. Okay, Don? Dave works 24/7.
Dave works 24/7. It's true.
I got my cell
It's true.
phone by my side all
He's
the
got
time.
his phone in case of emergencies, in case something happens with the Knicks. So as I mentioned, Sarit and I work together in NCSY. Shouts to our bosses at NCSY. And we met on a managers conference. And we ended up having a couple meetings on Zoom afterwards. And we became friends on Instagram, on TikTok. And on TikTok, I saw this crazy story where all of a sudden Sarita's saying, hey, I found my long lost sister and we're reuniting after so many years. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That sounds like an incredible story. Tell me about it. And as Sarit and I were talking about this story, I said, okay, pause. We got to tell this full story on the podcast because this is definitely a Carpool Guys worthy conversation and story. So, Sarit, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and then get into where you're really from and how all of this came about.
So I currently live in Toronto, Canada. Married with 2 kids. I was born in South Africa. At the age of 4, I moved to Israel. And then at the age of 18, I moved to Canada. I basically did all my high schooling, did everything in Israel, and did some Shirut Lomi. And found myself back here in Canada with my family. And I met my husband.
So you're living a totally normal life in Canada. What happened? What sent you down this road to start researching your secret origin, so to speak?
So I always knew I was adopted. My parents were always open about it. I was that kid. I was blonde, green eyes, adopted. Like, it was just part of who I was. And I'm a very curious person, but that part of me was not, like, I wasn't curious about knowing my story, knowing where I was from. I always thought about it, and I could come up with about 100,000 stories of what I thought my history was. But I kind of was very content with my family. I had an amazing upbringing, and I just figured, like, I don't want to shuffle the cards. I don't want to break anything. I'm happy with what I am. So fast forward, had my 2 kids, and I looked at it and I was like, okay, my kids are my only DNA. They're my only blood that I know. I said, what is out there? And that's kind of when I started to open my adoption file, to ask questions, and to kind of do the DNA test, my ancestry, and that whole 9 yards.
So growing up, did you have other siblings in this family?
Yes. So I'm the oldest. So I was adopted first. Actually, my brother, he's also adopted. And then my sister's part of the family, biological to the family. So we were 3 siblings. I was always the oldest.
And what was it that pushed you to start doing your research? You said you didn't want to rock the boat. You had your own kids and started to realize that they were your only blood relatives. What happened? Because a lot of people who are adopted, even having the realization that this is my family, are content to just kind of say, yeah, but it's fine. Here, I'm living in the here and now, and I'm content. What pushed you to take the next step?
It was more that I was starting to get curious. I wanted to see who looked like me. I wanted to see just a picture. It wasn't really to find a relationship, but just to kind of just open it up and understand why. I guess I was having an identity crisis. It happened on my 35th birthday. So it was like, okay, like, I'm 35, I have 2 kids, but who am I really?
Interesting.
And that's when I decided, okay, like, let's start this. My parents always had it open. They always said, whatever you want, whenever you're ready, open it. But it took me a while to want to do that. I also obviously didn't want to hurt them. Didn't want to hurt the family. Like, this is also their story. It's not just mine. I'm just a part of the story. They also have a story of adopting me, choosing me. But I really felt that I just needed to search for something else. And that's when I decided to do 23andMe, the DNA test. And I figured, you know what, that's the easy part. I don't have to ask my parents for the adoption file. I don't have to tell them. I could go into 23andMe, DNA test, find someone, and go on my way and figure out my history. But it didn't really work out like that. I thought I was the relative of some sort of royalty in Holland. Ooh. But that failed really fast.
You were actually 90% matched to the Nigerian.
There was a lot of different stages.
Dave cracked himself up.
We all once thought that we were royalty. It's like a reverse Harry Potter where we're like, he thought he was nothing and ended up being somebody. We all.
I mean, really, until you took the test, you could have just said you were.
Yeah, nobody would have believed. I could still say it. Obviously, that was kind of a dead end. And that's when I decided on my 35th birthday to sit down with my mom and read my adoption file. So it was a typed up summary from the social worker, typewriter. And
I'm a social worker.
Osher's a social worker. He's very excited to hear about this.
And he uses a typewriter.
I do not, but I did when I was a kid. Yeah.
Reading it was kind of surreal. I felt like I was reading somebody else's story. It didn't feel like me. I mean, the name on the birth certificate was not my name. After, as you could see, it's scratched out, and both my parents had the signature, and they had my name Sarit. Oh, wow. But the name given to me was Gina Thompson, which was like, I just didn't feel it was me. And it felt like a very out of body kind of experience. Like, I'm reading somebody else's story. I'm reading somebody else's like transcript. Like, it was very, very weird. I didn't know how to take it in. My mom, being a psychiatrist, she's like, okay, so what do you think? What do you know? And I was like, I don't know. I'm reading somebody else's story. Like, that's give me a week. Let me take it in.
So your mom is sitting with you. She's like peppering you with questions. You're trying to digest this whole information. You're like reading someone else's biography, which is also your biography. And what do you learn?
So I learn that my birth mother had a son from a previous marriage, and that she had gotten pregnant, and there was no birth father information. He was this nice English guy, but moved on with his life, and she was Jewish, quote unquote, and that therefore I should be adopted into a Jewish family.
Okay. So
that was all I kind of knew. Took those names right to Facebook, found her on Facebook.
That's the basic adoption information is very limited.
Yeah, very limited. Like, I mean, the story said I had a brother who was 7 years older than me. She was a secretary, gave very preliminary information about who she was, her family, her situation at the moment. She came from, I think, a very Catholic house. So being pregnant out of wedlock was frowned upon. I found out that she hid the pregnancy.
Oh, wow.
So wait, she was Catholic or she was Jewish?
Yeah, not to be Sherlock Holmes, but you did mention that she was from a Jewish, that she was Jewish, and now you just said she's a very Catholic, from a Catholic home. So please explain that. We don't let anything pass up.
So, no. And I was really going to touch base on that. She, yes, she was from a Catholic home, but she stated that she was Jewish. And she knew that was the only way to get me adopted into a Jewish family, by saying that she was Jewish.
Wow.
Why did she want you to be adopted into a Jewish family?
So she knew from Jewish friends that she knew she could put me in a family that gave me the life that she couldn't give me, kind of thing.
Was she hoping that you would, she was hoping to get you adopted in South Africa?
Yeah, so I was adopted in South Africa.
You were. Your parents are South African?
Yeah, so
okay.
Yeah, so I'm born in South Africa, adopted at 2 weeks old. So right away, throughout the pregnancy, she knew she was giving me up for adoption. My parents found out on Thursday that Friday I was coming home to them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was 2 weeks old at the time.
So really your whole life, all you know is growing up in your parents' home. You don't have any, you wouldn't be able to have any memories from before that point. It's just not.
No.
Okay. Interesting.
No memories at all.
As far as your mother knew, did she know at that time that your birth mother was Catholic, or did she think she was Jewish?
She thought she was Jewish. She knew exactly what the document that I was reading.
Okay.
So they were just so happy to have a child and have me, and they were in love with me, that they didn't care anything before that. So I actually was converted right there and then. My parents were Chabad in South Africa, so I was converted right there, the week after I did the whole mikveh and everything. So I'm halachically Jewish. And grew up Orthodox my whole life.
You were converted just in case, because if it was from a Jewish mother, why would they feel the need to convert you? Not to get into the nitty gritty of that.
The rabbi basically mentioned to them that it's better to do that, just to make sure. You never know history, you never know lying, you never know anything. So just to cover cover their bases.
I have a friend of mine who was also adopted, and they told me that they had the reverse bar mitzvah / bat mitzvah time, where at that age they were presented with now you have to you did not have that experience. No. So okay, interesting.
You want it now?
And I actually never knew about that experience until I started working at NCSY, and I started telling people my story and everything, and they're like, "You never got that?" I'm like, "No, I did not."
Could we make a first? Could we do a first for this pod? I'm sorry, I'm the serious one in the group, but I just want to make one thing. Okay, Sarit, do you want to remain Jewish?
Yes.
Now you are seeing that
Mazel tov.
the entire time
I am so honored to have done that.
The entire time she has worked for NCSY.
I'm done. I can go home now.
She is a secret mole placed by the Catholic Church in NCSY to undo all of Jewish children's connection to Judaism.
Okay.
We're basically a based in here. It's fine. Yeah. It's good.
We are very pleased that you have chosen this life.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sarit, you see your papers, you find out all this about your birth mother, your mother, your adoptive mother who raised you, who's coaching you and trying to encourage you through this process. Then what? Did you find anybody? Did you connect to anybody? What was your next big step in this?
So the next big step was I took those two names, my birth mother's name and the brother's name, and I went to Facebook. And I right away, within not even 10 minutes, I found her.
Wow.
And I found a picture of my brother also. So there was no profile pictures, which sucked. His profile picture was like this Snapchat, weird looking face. And I'm like, okay, that's not him. There goes my whole goal of not wanting to contact them, but wanting to know who do I look like.
Right.
So I reached out to the birth mother because I didn't want to reach out to the brother in case he didn't know about me, in case they have a happy marriage and kids and all that stuff. I didn't want to come and be the homewrecker. So I reached out to the birth mother, and nothing happened. I tried to friend her, but nothing came to it. So then I reached out to the brother and his wife. Went on with my life, and I remember a week before my 36th birthday, I get a message from his wife saying hi, because I messaged saying, is so-and-so his mother? And she's like, well, why are you asking? I was like, well, I'm his sister. And she goes, well, that's weird. We found a sister and she lives in Canada. And that's when I realized I had a younger sister. Because it was huge. So that was 3 seconds. I found her on Facebook. Reached out to her. Found 9 mutual friends on Facebook. One of them being my daughter's teacher at the moment, which I call her. I'm like, what do you know about so-and-so? She's like, why are you asking? And I said, well, she's my half sister. And she's like, oh my God, this is nuts. Call her right away. We become best friends and we speak almost every day.
Oh, wow.
Fast forward to today. And that's when we kind of realized, okay, there's something happening here. I didn't know about her, but she already met the birth mother and the brother, because she was trying to get her, because she had the same issue, that she was also placed in a Jewish home, but when she was getting married, her rabbi didn't believe that she was Jewish and she had to go through the conversion again. But basically, that's when she went back to South Africa, met them, and there's a whole crazy story with her adoption, but she was also adopted into a Jewish house.
Wow.
So,
and how old is she?
A week later, she said she's 3 years younger than me.
So she's 3 years younger than you. You didn't even know about her. She's not in the file. How far away does she live from your house?
Not even 2 kilometers. And she's lived here.
So she's like,
we don't know what that is.
And she was also adopted in South Africa.
I'm sorry. To us, that
what the heck is a kilometer? I mean, give us real.
Google it. Give us a little bit of miles,
or blocks or something.
Okay, she lives up the street from me.
Wow.
Oh wow.
That's great. And she always did.
So she was adopted in South Africa also, and also to a Jewish family, and she moved to Toronto, I would say about 10 years before I did.
Wow. And you're living more or less on the same block. Sending your kids pretty much
in the
same school.
Yeah, in this pretty much the same area. Like her high school that she went to is the local high school to here.
That's so crazy.
The mall, we hang out at the mall. She was part of NCSY. She remembers Rabbi Glenn Black. She showed me her JSU certificates.
Oh,
That's wild.
That's so great. By the way, Dave and Usher, 1.2 miles is basically the distance from my house to Usher's house.
That's not
even.
I know that because in Norman's in Israel, when we're in Israel, the kilo burger wasn't that 1.2 pounds?
I just want to say something. I got a text message today that said, "Hi, Angelica. This is Sarah with Clear Insights. We're conducting a short survey on issues important to residents of Comac." Now, I'm not Angelica, and I don't live in Comac, but now I'm thinking I should respond to this person because it might be a long-lost sibling, even though because my siblings...
Then your parents have some real
My
secret.
sisters always said that I was adopted because they didn't like me. So I'm wondering if my real name is Angelica, and I'm really supposed to live in Comac. So
you never know until you find out.
Sarit, tell us a little bit about your sister and this friendship you have going now. I mean, it's more than a friendship. It's obviously family, but...
Sure, yeah. So right away when I found out about her, I sent her a Facebook message. She responded. She's like, okay, give me half an hour. I need to take this in.
Wow.
And then she got on the phone with me. And I think we were on the phone for about 3 hours for the first time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And
you're a block away. You could have just walked over.
We spoke about everything. Yeah. Well, we weren't ready to see each other yet. This was all new. I did not expect this from that one interaction on Facebook, especially being adopted in South Africa and finding someone in my backyard.
That's insane.
Right.
So what we did was
how does that even happen? That's not crazy that even
it was crazy. So we spoke and then we said, okay, she's like, it's your birthday tomorrow. Give me your address, but I'm not coming. I don't want to see you. I just want to drop off a gift. She dropped off big bouquet of flowers and balloons. So and I was the creep that looked on the camera after she came, just so I could look what she looks like. She knows this about me already, but that really developed into a beautiful relationship. We speak almost twice to 3 times a week, and so many similarities between the two of us on our likes, dislikes, just what we studied in school, just all these kind of things that we clicked right away. It was not an awkward conversation. I'm like, okay, who are you? It was more of we're the same, and right away it was instant chemistry.
But she kind of was ready for this in a different kind of way because she had gone through this journey earlier than you, almost.
She did, but she didn't know about me, and
right.
Nor did the brother until I came in. So I did come in and I rocked the boat because I then did a private investigator's DNA test.
Oh, okay.
Because she was lied to a lot, and we ended up figuring out that the mother was not telling the truth with a lot of things. We found out that not all of us have the same birth father. Okay. I don't have the same birth father, the two of them. But when I confronted the birth mother, my sister was very connected with her, and she was the daughter that she shouldn't have given up for adoption. She was very close to her. But when I made the connection with her, she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I only had one daughter and I gave her up. So she fully denied me, which hurt a little bit, but I kind of moved on. And all I really wanted to do is just to say thank you to her for giving me the life that I actually have and making that one decision of putting me up for adoption to that one family. That's all I wanted. But she didn't want to accept it. And I figured out later on that probably me coming back into her life brought up a lot of memories that she didn't want. And she just didn't want to face it. So I was that person. So she never really spoke to me.
So she put you in a box and that was the end of it in her mind. Interesting.
Yeah.
Not just to backtrack a little bit. I mean, you got into a more serious part with your mother, but with your birth mother, but do you look like your sister also? Is there because you mentioned all the, yes, characteristics and stuff, but there's also a resemblance in terms of your, you don't have to take any tests, you look like her. I know you did.
I would say we're very similar, both blonde, I mean, John, you saw the TikTok of us meeting, and I'm happy to share it with you guys afterwards. But I mean, I wouldn't say carbon copy, like exact, but I would say you would see that there's some resemblance.
Wow.
Very cool.
Sarit, people talk about, the family that you're born to and versus the family that you choose. And you have a unique opportunity that you were in some ways able to choose the family that you were born to. Like it's really a wild story to be born to one family, to be adopted by another family, but then to find your birth family, and not just find your birth family. You hear about these stories of people searching for their birth families and siblings and parents all the time. And not only did you find them, but they're down the block, which is, I mean, it's just wild. How did all of this position your, I would say, I guess your connectivity to your adopted family, but also in terms of your Judaism? I know you said that you didn't specifically have that bat mitzvah choice, but here you are, your sister's Jewish and you're in a Jewish family. Did this whole story impact how you approach that?
Yes. In terms of the actual family part, I know myself, I have a big heart. And it wasn't, and I explained this to my family, it wasn't me looking for my family to replace them. It was looking for more about myself and who I was. So I had a lot more room in my heart to let more people in and whoever wanted to come in. And that really was kind of my thing. It wasn't to replace anybody in my family. And at the beginning, when I had these conversations with them, like I was paying a lot of attention to them, and I felt bad that my family wasn't getting the information, but I wasn't sharing the information with them. And they're like, but tell us, we're part of this journey. And I'm like, okay, but some of it, like, let me take in and let me absorb a little bit before I could share more and kind of navigate my own feelings. Right. And that kind of goes into the religion part. So, I mean, I grew up in a frum house, very proud of my Jewish identity. One day I would love to make Aliyah back. But it kind of came to me when I found my birth family, that they're not Jewish, yet I'm Jewish, and I have to explain to them what's Judaism and what holiday we're celebrating now and why we're sitting in a hut in the backyard for 8 days. And like the most ridiculous thing that a part of me was like, okay, I'm a little embarrassed. Like they're not understanding this. I'm the different one. They're all living their life. But am I really Jewish? And am I Jewish just because of that one decision of one person and not because like I was born into it? So it made me question it. And then eventually I realized, like, on October 7th, unfortunately, but fortunately strengthened it, that I was chosen in the fact to be Jewish. And I'm a shlicha from Hashem. I was put on earth, and I was put and chosen to be Jewish, and I could just continue it and give more to the Jewish community and just do what I need to do. So I actually now hugely own it, more so. Not that I ever was, but I had that moment of like, who am I?
Right.
You are the chosen people.
I think it's interesting to me is that your sister your half sister is living nearly a couple of blocks away, shares this Jewish identity with you, is basically living a very similar life to you, and then you're asking this question of yourself. To me, just being on the outside of this story, it almost solidifies completely that you belong, of course, because it's your basic. You and your sister had a parallel experience also, where you found yourself in this basically the same exact neighborhood. So it's unbelievable in that way. It's an incredible thing to hear you describe that identity crisis. For me, it happened at 40. John, I think, happened at 92, which was only a few years ago. John, it's nice to know that Sarit also makes fun of him that he's old. And she only just met you, so it's good. But
she's not in the inner circle yet, but now I think she's feeling more comfortable.
But
She'll feel
really
comfortable making fun of
incredible.
me at the next thing.
It's incredible though that you're like waging this battle within yourself, and at the same time, you have so much Jewish connection even within your birth family. So it's really amazing.
What do your kids think of all this?
Sure.
Your kids, your husband, like what do they think of this whole thing?
They always go with my shenanigans and kind of like my husband actually calls me Princess Leia. Darth Vader is my father.
Wow, you made John very happy.
Yes.
You made John happy, and
Yes,
Dave is like,
it.
what movie is that?
So he's always known. And I actually, when I did the DNA test, I actually did it with my kids in the room with me, and they were kind of grossed out by spitting in the spittoon and whatever. But I included them throughout the whole thing. Like, it's not something that I'm shy of. It's not something that I want to hide. And throughout the whole thing, I really involved them in everything, from the WhatsApp, the picture, like just the whole story. And I mean, they've heard it a million times, so now they're kind of bored of it. It's no more fun tricks anymore.
How old are your kids? But like in years, not in kilometers.
In months, you mean? My daughter's 16 and a half, and my son's 14.
Okay.
By reconnecting with family, there's it's always a crapshoot what you're gonna find. Like this, I'm sure you took on that risk of who you're dealing with, of who your parents were going to be, who your mother was going to be, whether or not she was going to be nice, receptive to you, not receptive, regret, remorse, anything that might come. And you also, you didn't touch on it, but have you reconnected with your father in any way?
Yeah. So yes, to both of them. So I didn't know what I was expecting, opening a can of worms, because it could have been. I could have found out the worst reason why I got adopted, and then found out, for whatever it was, who she was. So it's unfortunate that because of my story to her, we didn't have a good relationship. And it's unfortunate because I just wanted to wish her well. She had passed away a couple of years ago, so I did get to speak to her, but didn't get to build a relationship with her. I adore my brother and sister from my birth side, from my mother's side. From my father's side, there's a whole nother story, probably another podcast. But when I found him, long story short, I was a total surprise to him at 36 years old. He did not know about me, did not know anything. And at the beginning, when I Facebooked him, he thought I was a Russian bride that was trying to get to New Zealand. And the next day, he opens an email at work, and it was the same pictures. And he's like, wait, hold on. And he read the whole email. And within 2 seconds, he responded back. It was like 11:30 at night here. He lives in New Zealand, so it's 16 hours difference. We connected the next day, spoke, and he honestly, I could have not asked for a better response. He really welcomed me with open arms, and told me everything. And well, whatever he knew, he didn't know anything about. She didn't tell him about the pregnancy, so he didn't know anything about me until I found him. And I learned that I have an older brother and a younger sister on his side, and again, a lot of similarities. Me and my sister both love horses. She's a flight attendant. I've always wanted to be a flight attendant. So there's a lot of, like, DNA doesn't lie.
It's interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us more about flight attending, because why would you want to do that? Like, I go on the plane, I'm very happy to get off the plane.
So I don't know. I'm just like a customer service type of person.
Fair
love
enough.
doing, I don't know. And I love
You
traveling.
enjoy flying?
Yeah.
I love flying.
I hate flying so much.
Well, after the 70 hours that got me to get to New Zealand to meet my birth father.
Oh, wow.
I still love flying.
Wow.
Wow.
Or
How many
the
meals do you
36
get on that
hours
kind
that
of
took
plane?
me to get home from Chicago from Lead.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a whole other
It's
podcast.
many,
probably.
many
We'll tell
kilometers.
Eliezer.
It's many kilometers. Okay.
No, it is a whole other podcast. But really, that knowing my family and knowing who they are, I couldn't have asked for anything better. And listen, not everybody's up for opening their adoption. Not everybody's up for expecting or accepting a new person into their family just like that. But I don't know. I guess I made an impression on them or the opposite. And I'm really grateful for expanding my family.
Wow. Now, John, you make nice bows. I know.
Okay. Sarit, thank you so much. This has been really incredible, and what a wild ride.
Amazing.
Just to put a bow on all of this, if there was a takeaway, something that you walked away from all of this saying, wow, I learned this or I've gained that. Obviously, you've gained a whole lot of family, but is there something that you kind of take away from this that's changed you as a person or changed the way you look at things?
Or even if it's a message that you would give to other people, not just people who are adopted, but anybody that has, just curious about themselves, going through late stage identity crisis, like right now at this very moment.
like you?
At this very moment.
Don't go buy a red convertible.
That's good advice.
But also don't go searching for lost long Angelica and lost long family.
Angelica.
I messaged Angelica. No, I'm Angelica. I'm not.
Right.
It says, hi, Angelica. This is Sarah. Okay.
Okay, so Sarah's not your sister, I promise.
I don't think
She's
so.
probably in Nigeria trying to get your money.
Okay. I will block it.
No, but what I would say is I learned about myself. I guess I learned resilience. I learned that I could just kind of roll the punches, learn about myself, learn about who I actually really was, and be okay with it. But what I would give the message to others is trust yourself and just go in and research the world. Like, even though I was scared to go research this and open because I didn't want to hurt my parents' feelings or hurt other people's feelings, but trust your instinct, go with it. And I mean, you may gain a lot of family that you may want or you may not want. But it's cool, and I do not regret doing it. And I really, really enjoy every day learning about my family. And when we do birthday cards, it's like happy first birthday, happy second birthday, not happy 40th birthday, happy 41st. We go year by year. So it's really just learning the people and trusting yourself.
And also, you were talking about expanding your heart to put other people into your world, and you could still do that at 40, whatever. You can still take new people into your life is pretty amazing, and expand your world. When, in a certain sense, sometimes we start contracting and only caring about our smaller and smaller circles when we get older. And you said, I'm going to widen my circle as you got older, which is amazing also.
Yeah,
Exactly. Incredible.
Okay, amazing, Sarit. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see you around the
Thank
work
you guys
world.
for the
But
opportunity.
thank you.
That's really amazing. It's a great story. Very interesting. I was blown away.
Good. So should we just jump into question of the week or anything else you guys want to
Question
do
of
before
the
we wrap?
week.
Wait, what was I didn't get to do my what's going on in the world for me thing.
So we didn't do it like
we
that.
We didn't do it. Well, yeah, we just talked about the parade a little bit.
I want to talk about the parade.
Next time,
I
don't
got to see the
learn
mayor.
CPR to save lives.
I got this.
We talked about the mayor.
Did you really? That he didn't show up? You know what? Can we just talk about Jessica Tish for a second? She's my hero. Jessica Tish, is the commissioner of the police department in New York City, and she was at a press conference on Friday, and they said to her, with Mamdani there, and they said, is it trouble you that the mayor is not marching? She's Jewish. She was wearing a blue big Magen David, like
really
big.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see this video?
She spoke in Hebrew.
No.
At first, she spoke in Hebrew a little bit, where she said, "I'm so excited to celebrate with everyone." They made her the one of the grand marshals of the parade, and they said, "Does it trouble you?" And she said, "The mayor has the right to not march, and I have the right to march proudly." And it was like,
the mayor made the decision
or whatever,
not
the
to
decision
march, and I made the decision to march proudly.
It was like
I love it.
Like a nice.
Let's get her on the show.
Get her on the show, man. She's
amazing.
She's awesome.
Okay, Dave, question of the week. Hit it.
So the question of the week is based on our first conversation of this podcast,
which I was not there for, which now I feel bad.
Which is, I did say to the group that was next to me, get lost, get lost.
You did? You were saying that? You were screaming at
that. You got to listen to it.
I saw, there's a recording of it?
There will
be. Dave went on a rant at the beginning of the show.
Right, when they were interviewing this person for this TV show or something, right?
Yeah, for the news, for the newscast.
And it's a TV show, Usher, called The News.
Newsroom? Okay, yeah.
All right, what's your question?
And I said, get lost, go away. So if you could get lost and go away for a day,
where would you go?
Where would you go?
That's a great question.
And that is by David Tannenbaum. Okay, that is just...
I like it.
I said
it's also, I give you credit. You're branching out from the food-related questions. That's a good one. I like that.
Get lost for a day. Where would I go? Wow, I don't know.
Can you one second, I was just telling my kids, can I get travel time in it, or is it just like, how does it work?
One day, just to get lost.
So you only have 24 hours. Travel time is included. So I can't go to New Zealand to visit Sarit's father. You're saying?
I mean,
right?
You could, if that's what you want to do. You could do it.
No, whoa, no. It's gonna take him a day to get there.
That's what I'm saying. No. That's what I'm talking about.
Pull my foot down here.
You're putting your foot.
Plus,
down.
It would be a pretty awkward conversation for that whole day of traveling.
Right.
Okay. So you get 1 day, 24 hours to go anywhere you want. John, you go first.
I'm torn between two things because on one hand, I love like a good beach bike ride. Like I love bike riding and I like to ride by the beach. I think it's just so relaxing. But I also have, we just talked about genetics and how things, you can't fight your genetics.
Nowhere in that interview did we say that, by the way.
Yeah, no, she said that. She said you can't.
Touched on that your genetics.
Yeah. She didn't say you can't fight your genetics. She just said that because she wanted to become a flight attendant because her sister was a flight attendant. I hear what you're saying.
Okay,
I understand where you're going with this. Okay, keep going.
Okay. Yeah.
I was just saying I was paying attention. I was
definitely paying attention also. I think you are using your words against Dave. Using my words.
Dave, were you paying attention?
My father loves garage sales, and I think I've absorbed a love for garage sales. I love a good garage sale. So if there was like a day where I could just like hop around to different garage sales, just like the mystery, the fun, like the people. I love a good garage sale.
So it's funny. My brother loves to go to what is that massive garage sale in Massachusetts? It's like many vendors, and it's
like a flea market.
It's a massive flea, but all garage sale stuff.
Which brother?
Right.
Your brother who's the Rebbe?
Daniel, my oldest.
Your oldest brother. Okay.
So my first place is bike ride on the beach, but with a second place of just go garage sale hopping all day. That would be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dave, where are you?
I was trying to look what it's called. Yeah. So for me, one second. Let me just find out what it was called so I could do the right name if anybody wants to go.
It's good. People like listening to us doing research on Google.
We've done that before. We have.
Yeah. In-show production.
Now I'm thinking of what I wanted.
Oh, it's called Brimfield. So my brother, back, rewind. It's funny you say that because my brother loves to go to this massive antique flea market in Brimfield. And they supposedly meet for like a week or two, like a few times a year. And it is supposedly like wild. And I think you should go there.
Let's go.
Can I
carpool?
Carpool,
guys.
No.
I don't think we had a chance.
Go with my brother.
I don't think I had a chance to speak with both of you after Shavuos. And I just wanted to say thanks to Dave for coming to my shiur on Shavuos. It was really nice. And I really appreciated it. I did hear that John wanted to come, but he is not in our shul anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yes,
thanks, Dave,
good.
for the support.
Good.
I appreciate it. Did you enjoy it, Dave?
Yeah, it was very nice.
It was very nice.
Good job. But now I know what glot is. And
you did tell me that. John, what does glot mean?
Okay.
Glot means that it's Asher's turn to talk about what his answer for question of the week.
Yeah, Asher, I'm tired. I'm falling asleep here. Let's go.
It's 10 o'clock at night, and Asher's like, Dave,
so this is like the thing. So it happens.
Asher just got home, so he feels like he has 4 hours to unwind.
That's true. I do feel that way. So we went last week on our school trip to Philadelphia. It's always a wonderful thing, but one of the amazing things that the Hebrew Academy in Nassau County does for me is they give me the day after the trip as a day off. And I was home by myself, and that was wonderful. And I don't usually have a day off without my children and anyone else in the house, so it was like really quiet and peaceful. I do not like the beach, John. I hate the beach. I hate sand. I hate the smell of the beach. I hate water.
You don't like the sand? It gets everywhere.
I don't like seagulls. I was once at the bay when I was a young kid, and I got stung by like 1,000 bees, and I think that's the reason I've been like traumatized from
at the beach.
At the bay. Down by the bay.
I don't see bees on the beach very often.
I got stung by the bees, okay? By like 1,000 bees. Where else would I go? I probably to I don't know. I'm going to stay home.
Go anywhere. I was just like, stay home.
I don't like going out. I don't like going. Are we excited about the Knicks, by the way? We are. Dave is excited.
I mean, I'm like...
I was listening to the radio the other day, and they were like, I hear where you guys are coming from, the Knicks fans, that you're so disappointed that you can't go to the games. I hear where you come from, but you could enjoy the game at home. And I'm like, you obviously don't hear where they're coming from. Because
no, you could go to a watch. I think sooner like watch parties and big gatherings could be awesome. Like
I can imagine that being very cool.
Those could be very cool. Like I once watched. I mean, it was not even remotely a playoff game, but it was. I once watched an Islander game like outside. Oh wow! Outside the arena,
and that was cool.
And it was just awesome because you're watching with a few thousand fans, and every goal and you're having there's music going on. There's just a lot of excitement going on in addition to the game.
Right. And
you're watching the game with thousands of fans.
Right.
That's cool.
It is cool.
So it's a cool secondary experience from being at the game.
Right.
Most of my experiences watching games are usually Met games where we lose. So I don't enjoy watching a game where you're just like, oh, they're terrible.
Right.
I also I don't know. Do we have a chance against the Spurs? I don't know anything about basketball. I started paying attention.
I mean, they have the best player in the NBA.
Who does?
And the Knicks have a better team. So
Knicks seem to be very good.
I know he's just second. He's a freak of nature. Wembanyama.
Yeah.
He's a freak of nature.
He's really good,
for sure.
He's not normal because he's so big, but yet he could shoot threes and dribble up the ball. So there's no matchup to him.
Yeah. On that note, today I played basketball with the students. And two things happened. Number one,
Usher, it's not the same thing on that note.
On exactly that note. So number one, I sweat more than I've sweat in the last 10 years. And I was like, this is horrible. And number two, it took me 45 minutes to score a basket. And I said to the kids that we're not going in from recess until I score. And when I did, there was celebratory. The kids were really excited. I'm like, okay, we're going in. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, it's been 45 minutes of recess. It was bad. And embarrassing, but still, I was excited. They kept giving. It was terrible. Dave. They kept giving me chances.
My getaway. I mean, anybody who knows. I do take a few, usually 2 David days a year.
Yep.
I go away. But this is something that I've never done on a David day, but I would really love to. Is I happen to like horse racing, and I like the jockeys. I like the track. There's something about the horse racing.
I think everybody who knows you and has come to your house for Shabbos knows that about you.
Knows that I love it. And I would love to just go for a day to Saratoga during the meet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's just
isn't
me, myself,
isn't it usually
and I.
Shabbos?
No, that's the big races,
that's
for
the big
example.
race.
Like the Belmont this week is in Saratoga because they're renovating Belmont.
Right.
And it happens to be in Saratoga. That's on job.
Built, not renovating. They're
modern,
rebuilding.
very modern.
They rebuilt the whole thing. They knocked down the whole
they tore down the whole grandstand and they're making a modern grandstand.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to expect, whether or not it's going to be like take you further away from the action. I don't know. Hopefully we'll see. Hopefully it's nice.
Why would they want to do that though? I'm saying
Well, don't know. The jockeys don't necessarily want you on top of them.
Oh, you're saying in that way because you used to.
I
go
like
with
the
your
intimacy
kids.
of like you could go to the paddock area, you could meet some of the jockeys,
Right.
you could do like.
Never been.
I went once
sounds
with my
fun.
kids.
I love it.
It was weird.
I love it.
But I went during like Chalamoid. It was like a little strange.
My kids love it.
Right.
But so I would love to go to Saratoga. I like to go with my kids, but I also for this day I would love to go just by myself and just relax.
Tell us more about this David Day. Do you go with anybody? Your wife?
No.
First of all, shout out to you. How many years married? 17? What?
We did already. Actually, you missed
I
the
missed
anniversary.
it all. I'm never going to CPR again.
So so we David Day is David.
Just
It's David. It's not with my wife. It's not with the kids. It's not with friends.
it's just Dave.
Just David.
Just Dave.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes you need your own time.
Is there a
I mean,
place where you would recommend that I would go because I'm like such a fuddy duddy?
I don't know what fuddy duddy is.
It's like a stick in the mud. Somebody who doesn't want to do anything.
I mean, there's a cannabis shop on like Hempstead Turnpike.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's right up Asher's alley. By the way.
I've been on record about this before. I have no interest in pot whatsoever, but I would psilocybin magic mushrooms if somebody wants to offer that to me. I'm game.
But no, but I mean, it's not nothing specific. It's finding your own. It's finding what puts you
speaks to your soul
in a peaceful place and have a good day. I mean, that's
Agreed.
whatever it is for everybody. For everybody, it's different. For some people, it's at home binge watching on movies. Watching all 20 Rockies.
There are 20 Rockies?
No, probably like 7 or 8.
Day.
One day?
They're on the path.
They're on the path. Well, it was a pleasure as always, gentlemen.
It was a pleasure, guys.
Okay. Good show, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on, all the places that we are.
John is so done. If you can't even get it out, John, it means that you're
No, I
done.
did already. I did already. Okay. All right. Very good.